Joining me now is Nora Yousif, a financial advisor with RBC Wealth Management. Nora, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us today. Listen, while the markets react to these tariffs, we've been hearing a lot of the word pause, certainly in corporate America. Companies are pausing hiring, they're pausing big projects, obviously because they're uncertain about their financial futures. But really zero in on this for us. Should individual Americans also be pressing pause now too, holding off on things like vacations, big purchases, things like that?
Well, I'd say as long as you have ample emergency fund, 6 to 9 months worth of your expenses, you should be fine to proceed as normal. If not, now is a good a time as ever to bulk up. You know, when faced with uncertainty headlines in the markets, they tend to assume and reprice to the worst case scenario, which usually doesn't happen. But better to be safe than sorry when it comes to your savings.
Well, some economists out there warn that what we're seeing today, it could only be worse in the days and in the weeks ahead. In your opinion, exactly how bumpy of a ride do you think that we're in for here?
You know, I'd say this ride is likely to be no different than the previous rides. It always feels like unprecedented times or a new normal. If I had a dollar for every time I heard that. Markets are down, like now, over 10% pretty often, usually about 18 months. And if we do enter into a recession, know that those don't last that long, roughly about 11 months. More importantly, you want to make sure you're invested in a way that's sustainable through periods of volatility because they're going to continue to rear their heads. And you want to find that right cruise control speed of risk where you're not tempted to sell at the worst time, and you want to be diversified so you recover faster than if you had all your eggs in one basket.
Well, what is the one thing that you hope people who, that they understand about the markets, that they understand about their 401ks this afternoon? A lot of those people are afraid. Is there any specific thing that we should be doing right now, or people that we need to be talking to?
Yeah, good question. I would say take a deep breath and keep it all in perspective. The market has recovered after every single downdraft, moving in a nice upward direction, just not a straight line. And it's interesting. The stock market is the only place when the market prices go down, people buy less. And depending on the situation you're in, you actually want to reframe this as a potential buying opportunity, or as Warren Buffett famously said, be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful.
Some perspective for us this afternoon. Nora Yousif, financial advisor with RBC Wealth Management. Again, thanks for jumping on with us.
Pleasure.
All right.